I waited long enough. I didn't expect the situation to escalate as much as it did, but I know if I don't speak out, it's going to get worse and worse. I know a lot of people might think this is a bad idea at this point, but at this point there's no turning back. There's a reason why I didn't post this drama on YouTube, because I thought it would end quietly. Obviously, that wasn't enough. So, I'm gonna go into full detail in my perspective of everything that happened from August till now as I am recording. Get ready, everybody. It's gonna get ugly. Again. So to anyone who hasn't seen it, I highly recommend you watch my video I made on August 12th, which I will link in the description. I'd rather not repeat myself on what happened. After that video was made, Sakia commented on my journal. I knew right away she didn't watch it. She only read the bottom half of the journal, pointing out small details to her much bigger problem, which, if you've seen her video titled Message to Mayo, you know what I mean. Once I got Saki's comment, I unwatched her and unsubscribed from her YouTube channel because I was basically done. I didn't get any messages from her or about her for the next couple months, so I thought everything was peaceful and quiet. But little did I know this devious little rat was planning something for me. Around the midway of October, a friend notified me about Saki making a journal rant about the user Fluttershy Rules 5, aka Custard Swirl. It was at this point I found out about everything she was doing. She was making constant status posts calling out Luna and saying she was stalking her and bringing up the 2-month-old drama at this point. She made a journal titled 86th. Okay. I don't know if this is a joke or some weird emoji. I've never heard of this. So someone please help. Youth of today, can anyone please help if this is a type of emoji or something? I don't know. I'm very old. Please help me. Anyway. This journal was basically aimed for my video, quoting almost word for word what I said that Saki was doing at the time. At this point, I was basically speechless. From laughter, Saki was basically hinting on making a video about me, responding to the drama that had ended months ago, even though she commented on my journal and didn't do anything about it until the day she made this.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
After learning about all of this, I was pumped. I really was. I wanted to see what kind of video she had planned for me because as far as I could tell, my rack was clean. Almost everyone I talked to about this agreed that she couldn't get dirt on me, so it was almost like an easy game. But wait, it gets even better. The sole reason why Saki started ranting on Flutter was because she made a journal titled "This is why I'm not nice to people," chewing Saki out and mentioning my video. What preceded was just full-blown harassment. Her fans attacked Flutter's page, posting journals to repost Saki's rant, and even some idiot made a video about her crediting Saki for the quote-unquote info.
Sooner or later, trust me, it's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. No. Just so you all know, I had to prepare for this. Like seriously, getting this right was hard.
No, you are a drooling sheep who desperately wants Saki's balls in your mouth. This just proves Saki has a mob mentality, which is not what ranters do. She comes off as a total hypocrite as well, since her rant videos, the one she keeps up anyway, and heavily uses a disclaimer to not promote harassment or witch hunting. This doesn't shock me as much piss me off because before, when she made her first video regarding the drama 2 months ago, her fans went after Mickey and Shiva straight away. No matter what happens, Saki will always send an army of sheep to attack someone she doesn't like. Now, this wasn't really a new thing in my eyes, what Flutter did. A while back, she tried calling me out for what I said about my personal life, along with many different things to get our attention. But the big difference here is that, 1, it's Saki, and I already know something's wrong with her, and 2, Flutter had me unblocked. Keep this in mind because what happened next is ungodly retarded. Once I had found out that Flutter unblocked me, I commented on the journal she made and I started talking to her. I generally agreed with what she said. She had some very good points on Saki's behavior, but what does Saki do in return? Blocks me and proceeds to talk more shit about me. How exactly? This is where Lulu's video comes into play, so if you haven't seen it, I'll link it as well. Saki started posting journals about doing an experiment, quote-unquote. Oh wait, I mean a non-consensual social experiment. What are you, Sam fucking Pepper? Anyway, she was posting status updates in journals talking about this experiment. I had no fucking clue what this experiment was about, and my only thought was that she sounded like a fucking serial killer when she wrote it. Eventually, I learned that Saki was tracing artwork. Now, keep in mind, I had no idea Saki was doing this. I don't really have a sharp eye when it comes to art theft or just tracing in general. So my first theory on the experiment was that it was about the tracing, since she mentioned photo manipulation and many other different suspicious things. But you want to know what the experiment was really about? It was supposed to bait me and Luna so she could prove that we were on Flutter's side.
What the fuck?
Okay, firstly, you wanted Luna off your page so badly, so why the fuck did you bait her? You were like the equivalent of a clingy ex-girlfriend who wants to let go but just really, really wants that sweet, juicy, pimp-ass daddy money. Secondly, how is me knowing you are tracing supposed to prove I'm on Flutter's side? I talked to her, yes, but you're stealing artwork, official and fan alike. That has absolutely no connection to it. I didn't even know about the tracing. I don't follow your daily uploads. The only reason I found out was because one of my best friends was a part of the call that Serena mentioned in her call out to you. So learning about all of this, I obviously was pissed. Everything was making less and less sense by the day. It wasn't until Lou posted a video that Saki came clean, proving once again how hypocritical she is and how she can't let go of the past. Then I started to think. During this whole event, I was doing my own little experiment, basically poking at Saki because she likes to play the assumption game. I made vague status posts, I sent her a dot on Skype, which she removed me because of that, and I continued talking to Flutter. All of this I knew I did on purpose, so if Saki made a video about it, it would prove my point. But with this new information, I learned what proof she had on me. She was using the fact I visited her page to prove that I am the bad guy.
I can make this work.
So, oh yes, ladies and gents, I'm apparently the scum of the earth because I visited someone's page a couple times. Yes, this thing... is worse than this thing!
Somebody once told me that I could make some money by bullying some people online. So I grew a gnome goatee and put on a stupid beanie and started making up some dank lies. So I'm making death threats and I'm calling people nigger, counting that cash so my channel's growing bigger. Never you mind that I was already banned from my racist, homophobic, hate speech rants. Found a loophole, now it's my goal to poison.
So, after all of that, Saki posts an apology journal. Honestly, it seems more like a pity journal than anything else. And the sad thing is, I wanted to believe it. I wanted to think she was going to really say sorry finally. But she was still being extremely rude to her fans. Keep in mind, she posted a journal before this called Why Am I Considered Popular, basically calling her fans numbers and getting pissed when people called her out on it, and pushing them away. She had unblocked me, probably to tie up loose ends, so I said the following. Saki, what are you doing? I'm looking through these comments and you're still being rude towards your own fans. I want you to improve. I want you to be healthy. You have enough on your plate as it is. Please just be safe and don't put any more stress on yourself. I'm genuinely concerned for you. I really am. Please don't fall down the same path as before because I know you're a smart person. Just please watch yourself.
I'm not being rude. I'm just saying that people need to stop worrying about me and focus on the apology I'm trying to make. It's only rude as your interpretation, but it's not my intention. I apologized. Okay, granted it's in words and not a strong apology like my original plans were, but it's still an apology. So just take it and not make a mess of what I'm trying to clean up. I'm doing the best I can here. I don't need you all making this harder for me than it needs to be. I'm going through enough as it is. So stop expecting me to be the perfect person who you all idolize me as and wasn't the real me. Go back to assuming I was happy and not crying at all when I was diagnosed with karma. Go back to the others who say I was worse than Custard and Kurt combined. I've been through enough, and if you're not to accept the apology, then that's fine. I still apologize, acknowledge my mistakes, and that's what matters. I don't need all of you correcting me and molding me into what you all want, and bringing up my demons and comparing me to them when I'm acting out of line. Again, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to clean up the mess here. And I would like for that to be acknowledged and not myself. Thank you.
Why wouldn't people be worried about you? You said you had cancer. That's the most serious you can get. You got sassy when someone was confused about what's going on. Why did you do that? How are you not being rude? What makes it my interpretation? Saki, I know you can fix your mistakes, but this isn't a good start. I know you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Cancer is not karma. You shouldn't call it that. It can happen to anyone. I never compared you to your past self. You are just putting words into my mouth. I am just extremely worried about you. That's all.
If you are worried, you sure have a funny way of showing it. No, cancer isn't karma in general, but it is for me, and I will fix my mistakes. And being criticized because I'm not the perfect person, or the person that people put me at a pedestal and imagine me as, I'm trying to correct me with, why are you doing this? You shouldn't say that, yada yada yada. I'm trying to clean up my mess the only way I know how, and that is what I am trying to show. I'm not having people worry about me when that's not the problem here. It's trying to avoid people assuming that this is a pity journal and trying to keep the focus on the intent of myself is considered rude, and then me spreading positivity must be a warrant. Comparison! Ugh. How many times have to say I don't want people to be concerned about me and focus on what I am trying to do? This isn't about me. This is about me apologizing to all of you, and here you are soldering in and correcting me. Like, what the hell do you want from me? I'm trying to apologize, so stop supporting me, sending support and being nice to me. Not all of your... That's not what you're all supposed to do. Not to someone like me after what I've done. I will improve. It's not... And it will start when I cast Saki, the new demon, into the closet and start fresh. Watching very carefully with every single thing I do to avoid being repeated again. I'm trying to apologize, Icy. Let me apologize.
Saki, I understand that you literally just told me that... Saki, I understand that. You literally just told me to stop supporting you. Is this reverse psychology? Are we in the Twilight Zone? Because I believe you are sorry, but when you keep acting like the rude self you are days ago, am I not supposed to be confused about that? Sorry for being blunt, but I just really want to help you. If you are going to apologize, actually act upon it. I'm worried about you, Saki. You need to take a deep breath and try to calm yourself. You aren't in the right mindset to be doing this right now.
If it helps, I'll remake the journal because the main point that needs to be focused is on the apology, not me. I'm not the one that this is about. If I were to accept everyone's sympathy in words, I would be seen as another flutter, and I have already been compared to my first demon and flutter combined, and I don't need that again. So I have no other choice but to make sure that the subject of the journal, that's all I'm trying to say.
Do what you wish, I just want you to be okay.
Whatever fixes everything, and I can forget.
This is exactly what Cat Lady did to me back when she was being irrational as fuck. You know, the more I think about it, Saki did a lot that Cat Lady did back when I had drama with her. She was bitching about the world being against her, and when I tried to help, she pushed me away. And now for the cherry on top of it all, after more and more people started calling Saki out for her insane behavior, Untraceable Mystic is amazing, by the way, love her, please, please love this precious baby! She deletes the journal, then reposts it. Okay, seems like an accident, right? No. After trying to calm Saki down and explain my concern, she blocks me again. Her explanation?
Alright, so the apology isn't good enough, but hey, at least I tried. So if the stalking is just going to continue, and they're adamant about snooping around to find more things to start a drama about, then I have no other choice but to block them. I don't want any trouble, I just want to be left alone. If there's no concern about my health like they claim, then they wouldn't be snooping around still trying to find something to start drama about. Hopefully this is all blow over. Obviously it won't be soon, since the stalking has gone for over 3 months. Hence the reason for the bait, because I wanted to test my theory as to why they're stalking me in the first place, which ended up being true. At the end of the day, after all this happened, my viewpoint still stands on the Ranter community. All of these intents has only strengthened my view towards it more.
You're a fucking idiot. This needs to stop. Now.
Oh, okay, so you want this drama to end now? You suddenly want everything to stop now? Where was this earlier? You kept posting and posting, and you honestly expect us not to see your bullshit? Saki, you want my honest advice? 1. Stop! For the love of God, stop calling me and everyone else a stalker, you big, fat crybaby. You are posting shit on a public art site. We have the right to see whatever the fuck you post. If you really want us to leave you alone, then stop fucking posting shit and just give it up already. 2, for the love of Christicles, take responsibility for yourself. This is the main reason why I made this video. Your comment on how your new demon Saki is going to be thrown away. No, shut the fuck up. You do not have PTSD. You do not have multiple personality disorder. Stop acting like you're possessed by the devil when you're doing some shit. This is your own damn fault. Your demons do not exist. They are inventions to hide from the truth. If anything, I don't know what your personality is at all, because it seems like you're stuck in your depression and not wanting to be a bad person when you really are. You hurt my friends. You started all of this. You can end it. Take a goddamn hint and learn a thing or two, because I bet you all she will do this again with another group of people she decides to befriend. She will hurt them, attack them, and do so much to them. She is the equivalent of those bitches in high school who want to ruin your reputation, constantly trying to get so many people to attack their so-called enemy. Saki, I was concerned. I was worried for your well-being. I wanted you to live through your cancer. I wanted you to be a great artist. But honestly, I don't know what to think now. I'm gonna laugh if you end up making a video on me still, because you have no legit evidence against me. Either way, I'm not going to let you get away with your demon shit. No one deserves to go through your devious, manipulative, and disgusting rat-like behavior. So go ahead, make your video, journal, status, post, all you want about me. People are just going to see you as nothing more than a rat the more you do this. You want my honest advice? Like my real honest advice? Leave DeviantArt. This place obviously isn't going to give you, isn't going to help you. And it's going to give you nothing more than stress and anger. And so go somewhere else and clear your goddamn head, and when you come back when you're sane again, and when you're ready to act like a compatible normal person, then I'll forgive you. Cobalt Pie did the exact same thing, and she changed somewhat, but I know you can do way better than her. Just breathe and go. And if you actually change, like you said, I will apologize and I will take down this video. I just want to have faith in you, for fuck's sake. And no, don't act like I'm saying this because I want you off of DeviantArt. I'm saying this because I'm worried about your well-fucking-being. If you keep twisting my words, you're gonna get so fucked. I can guarantee you. Alright, time for my guests to take the floor before I get too pissed off. I'll see you all in a bit when I'm more cooled down.
Hello, I'm Mickey from the Raging Redheads, as some of you may know, and honestly, I never expected to be doing this. After August, we wanted to move on with our lives, and for the most part, we were. I'm here to tell you a little story about a girl who honestly was a good friend, a girl who we all knew as Saki, and a girl who sadly has come to this. I met Saki in December of 2015. Well, I had noted her a few times beforehand, just general hello, how are yous? But this was the first long conversation we had. She asked me if she could vent to me about something, to which I complied. She sent me a very lengthy note detailing what happened in the Mayo incident. Honestly, I felt she was sincere when she told me how much she regretted it. And I told her that it takes a very strong person to admit to their mistakes. Over the course of this note stack, we invited her to a stream, and that's how we became friends. I'm not going to act like we never had good times. I still watch the stream we did for my birthday in March and smile at all of us laughing and joking around. I still listen to our collab rant on my channel and smile at how much fun it was to put that together. In a way, I hold a lot of respect for the person she used to be. She really was a great friend. If one of us had a problem with someone, she was the first to volunteer to be a mediator for the situation. She always had her shoulder open to cry on. She was always willing to listen. But of course, I must go into what led to our friendship falling apart. It was no leashes or chains, as she liked to say. It was not manipulation either. The only time we ever pulled Saki aside and told her she was doing something wrong was when she made a journal threatening to, and I quote, rip off their heads and shit down their neck for something someone said to a close friend of hers. We told her what we thought because we thought she was being extreme and she wouldn't explain the situation. Sadly, I don't have any screenshots and I can't quite remember the full situation because Saki deleted it so quickly. But that was the first time we noticed something was off about her. Things went back to normal and we continued being friends. Then the cherry incident happened. I won't go too in detail with it because a lot of it is dead. A lot of what led up to it is dead. Long story short, we were having some friction with Key, and because of this, we began to distance ourselves from Key. We didn't want to talk to Key about what was going on, and that's where we were wrong. But one night, me and Cherry got very angry at Key for a situation on DA. I won't go into too much details, but basically, someone I knew in real life was attacking me and sending me death threats and telling me to kill myself. And Key didn't read the full situation when I updated saying the person had gotten arrested and assumed it was because they said something about one of my characters instead of the person giving me death threats. Or at least it seemed that way because when she commented on the journal, she just said, "What did they say about Emma, my character?" instead of the rest. Cherry talked with Key, and the discussion was quickly heated. Soon, Key went to vent to Saki, which I could understand. Saki proceeded to try to convince Key that Key was being abused by us, and then went to Cherry. Now, I want to say that yes, we were distancing ourselves from Key, but we never were like going, "Bad Key, bad, you can't do that, you're horrible, you're a bad person." We just were having some friction. That happens in friendships. She proceeded to go to Cherry. Keep in mind that Key asked Saki not to, but she did anyway and gave a rather lovely note to Cherry, which I'll have on the screen here. I'm not going to read it, I'm sorry, you can pause and read this, but it's very long and it's only going to get me riled up. I'm only here to tell a story. She then proceeded to lie to Key about not remembering what she said to Cherry. After the truth came out, Saki began posting statuses asking how to kill herself. This made Key freak out and led to Key cutting herself. Aya, when she was still around at the time, tried to reach out to Saki and tell her she needed help. She proceeded to freak out at Aya, screaming she wasn't crazy. And that, in turn, really hurt Aya. She was only trying to help. Me, Shiva, Luna, and Cherry were all trying to contact Saki, and she wouldn't answer. And we were actually convinced she killed herself because she was just giving us these cryptic replies. And how did she react to all of our concern? Trying to tell us we shouldn't be her friend. And when we told her that we were scared, she told me I should be mad. Now keep in mind, at this point of the story, I didn't know what Ki had actually told Saki about not going after Cherry and about Saki lying. That didn't come out until after the situation was over and done with, and we thought Ki had asked Saki to do this. That's why we were like, why were you upset? Ki made you do this. In reality, that's not what happened. That's what we thought had happened. So that was us playing the assumption game. When it came out that she didn't, we were quite mad. But we didn't want to lose a friend, so we gave Saki space, and it seemed that things were okay after a few weeks. Alright, I'm gonna let Shiva finish this little story for you guys, as she was the main one involved in this, and I feel it's best that you hear it from her perspective. I'll be back with my final thoughts.
Hey everyone, I'm Shiva. Some of you may know me as the co-host to Raging Redheads, or as Sans the Troll on DeviantArt. And, well, like Mickey, I honestly had not expected or planned to be doing this. Honestly, we all agreed to just move on after making that apology video. We wanted to move on and just be done with the drama that came from the unfortunate fallout. Like Mickey, I will be sharing my experience with Saki, continuing where she left off. Like Mickey said, from the time we were friends with Saki, she was a very good friend. She was someone that always managed to make me laugh, to smile, cheer me up when I was down. In short, she was easily someone I considered a good and close friend. So it only made the fallout hurt all the more when it finally happened. Now I will continue where Mickey left off. So after the incident with Ki that nearly cost our friendship due to Saki's assumptions and help, we were still willing to be friends with Saki and give her another chance. Because 1, we all knew that Saki was still a good person, and 2, we were stubborn as all hell. A few weeks had gone by, and things seemed to have returned to normal for the most part. Our friendship with Ki was mended, and Saki seemed to be okay. Then the incident with that crazy cat critic happened. Some of you may recall from Saki's corruption of a Ranter video, before she took it down. For those who haven't seen it, long story short, Cat Critic was taking the issue with Akai too far, to the point our friend Luna made a journal regarding the whole matter. Cat Critic saw it, those two had a bit of an argument that led in the end to Luna having a panic attack and Cat Critic blocking her. We were all very pissed off when we found this out, including Saki, who decided to make a video and offered to let us all say our piece in it. Now, she had asked if we should just focus on the issue at hand in the video, in which I said yes to, because at the end of the day, that was the point of the video, what Cat Critic did. What I didn't know, however, was that she took that advice to the point of cutting out a huge part of Levi Matter's message in the video that had not just called out Cat Critic, but Luna too. And honestly, she did have good points. Now, I didn't know about this at all until Levi made her own final thoughts video on the rant, showing her full message. So, obviously, I was surprised Saki did that and voiced that in a comment to Levi's video. But apparently me doing that somehow hurt Saki's feelings and was stabbing her in the back, according to her. I honestly still don't understand that even to this day. So after that, Saki made an explanation video explaining how she was told to just keep her rant on Cat Critic. But she made it out as if I was being a lying hypocrite with how she edited the video. And it honestly made it feel like I was being thrown under the bus for her mistake. Now, this is where I wholeheartedly admit I was wrong with how I handled this. I took it way too personally, and instead of talking to Saki about it, I went to Mickey, Luna, and Cherry about it, crying like a baby over it. And again, I admit that was stupid. I had let my emotions get the better of me instead of using my brain. So while I was a crying mess, Luna decided to confront Saki herself on the matter, and, well, it didn't end well at all. Luna ended up blocking her and showed us the heated argument she got in with Saki, and we were all just taken back at how fast she was to get nasty with Luna. After that happened, Saki wanted to talk to me later that day, but I honestly was still emotionally unstable from all that and just wanted some time away from her before talking with her. A few days passed and I was starting to feel a bit better, even drawing that one vent art piece in my gallery to get all that raw emotion out. But I had no plans of posting at the time. It wasn't until a friend of Saki's noted me asking about what had happened, so I had spilled my feelings out and told her what happened, and in the end, I ended up feeling a lot better. I felt I was ready to talk to Saki again, and since I no longer felt the way I did, I didn't see the vent art I did as being something about her, or aimed at her. Honestly, I was damn proud of that piece, and I still am. So, I saw no harm in posting it. Granted, looking back, I should have not put the event art part in the title, and I agree with Icy on that, but with what I had wrote in the description, I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. Turns out it was. Next thing I knew, I saw later on, Saki made a status along the lines of, "Time to cut ties before Mayo 2.0 happens." That honestly set me off a bit. So I finally confronted her about it, and she went on and on how she wasn't calling us Mayo, but the situation was Mayo 2.0, which really is still calling us that even if she denied it. So we had a heated talk, but in the end, I admitted I was being a big baby over the whole thing and kept telling her sorry over and over again. And really, I just wanted to just have this whole thing fixed and sorted out. Everything seemed to have ended on a good, neutral basis, where she said she needed to have some time to think on it, and I agreed to give her all the space that she needed. If only it ended that way. 5 minutes after the conversation seemed to have been over, she suddenly came at me with her claws out, stating that just because her one friend talked to me, it didn't mean she trusted me, and she couldn't blame her. Then it typed in all caps, "Bye." I was honestly taken back and highly confused as to where the hell that came from, and I was trying to be very calm and asking her what she was talking about, and asking her just to flat out stop, because really, this seriously came out of nowhere. She continued on, and threatened to take out the scissors, and to cut us from her life, so I better not push her. I honestly was at tears at this point, begging her to just stop, and even telling her I was crying. All I got from her was her mocking me, going, "I thought you said you could handle stuff like that." And at that point, I finally had enough. I told her I was done and blocked her on Skype. It's true, I normally don't care when someone is being a raging asshole to me, but you know, it's different when it's someone you have considered a friend and that you trusted does it to you. So guess what? Yeah, I was hurt and I was crying. When my friends found out what happened, Mickey finally had enough and blocked her on DA. Later that day, I get a long-ass note from Saki, basically telling me she was going to use those stupid scissors and cut ties with us. Basically saying all the people that we had issues with in the past were right about us, most we had made up with in our talking terms, might I add, and how horrible we were. then made claims that we never involved her in the fun things we did or in the chat, even though she was in every single stream we did and was in the main chat we used. She just, left. Either way, I was thoroughly done at this point, and was not going to debate a wall of text that was clearly bullshit. So I told her I wasn't going to bother replying to all that maybe it was better if we had never met at all, and that we'd just stay away from each other. And I still wished her the best in life. Despite what she felt about me, I still wished her the best. But apparently, all that equaled, I'm not going to read that at all, according to her. Nice to know that someone is so quick to bend the truth and twist things around to make it look like I'm a bad person. Again, I know I fucked up, but damn it, I do not like being made out to be some vile hellspawn over a fuck up. Anyways, that's all I have to say with my experience with Saki, and I am sorry it was so long. But anyways, I'll let Icy take over again.
Thank you to my special guests for speaking out their stories. So, what are my final thoughts on all of this? Saki, go fuck yourself. Honestly, go fuck yourself. I really was concerned for you. I still am. Keep in mind I still am. I still want you to succeed and I still want you to be healthy. But you just keep making everything worse for yourself. And as soon as you take the blame and stop pointing the finger at us, then maybe I'll forgive you. And then maybe you'll actually turn into a decent human. At this point, I've lost faith in you. I just wish you luck on your future, because at this point, I don't want anything to do with you. Because you're a rat, you're insane, and you really need to grow the fuck up. I don't give a shit if you make a video about me. Hell, I encourage you to make a video about me because I love to hear what you have to say about me and all of us. Because you started this, you did all of this, and as soon as you stop pointing the finger at us, poke, then maybe we'll listen to you. But until you actually go into your timeout corner and learn to shut the fuck up, you're just gonna get worse and worse every day. So, until then, go fuck yourself. I honestly don't care at this point. People can bitch at me for saying this, but honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm an asshole if you make me an asshole. If you piss me off, I'm just gonna pull the fucking trigger. So, have fun with your little fantasy of everyone being against you and trying to rub your dirty ass all over the ranting community, because at this point, no one's gonna want to fucking listen to you. Good luck. Let's hope everything goes right for you. I wish you luck on your surgery. See you on the other side. And little update for all my fans. I am sorry. I am very sorry I keep making videos regarding drama-related topics. It's just I've been super busy with college and I haven't had any time to work on my Nina video, but I'm still trying my damnedest to get that out, and hopefully it's gonna be a lot more entertaining than this. So I thank you all for your patience on waiting for that video. Hopefully I'll upload that and a few speed paint videos as well. So until then, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all laters.
My final thoughts on Saki is that she's a very sad person. She is so mentally twisted, she believes she can't be the catalyst for her mistakes. Instead, it's some force controlling her, like she's being possessed by a demon. And that is honestly a very sad existence. Despite all of this, I wish her well. I hope her surgery goes well and that she can finally get the help she needs to live like a normal human. And I hope she cannot stab people in the back like she did us and like she did her previous friends. And finally, I hope she can develop the self-worth to know that just because you messed up, you aren't a bad person. I still don't think she's an abhorrent human being beyond redemption, but I do think she has a very long road ahead of her before she can truly say she's changed.
I will now say my final thoughts. Despite all the bullshit that's happened, I still believe and want to believe Saki is a good person. She was a good person and a good friend to us during the short time of our friendship with her. I've seen how nice she can be to others, but it's overshadowed by how fast she is to make assumptions, to judge, and get flat out nasty towards people that either call her out, disagree with her, criticize her as a person, or if her irrational paranoia sits in. I honestly don't know what else to call it other than that. Either way, that sort of thing will only bite her in the ass in the long run more than it has already. Especially when she has went on a tangent on how ranters need to control their emotions. That sort of behavior will just take away all credibility she has as a ranter, as well as an artist when tracing another artist's work is quote-unquote bait to prove a point. Sorry, Saki, but nothing should be worth your reputation as a person, as a friend, as an artist, or a ranter just to quote-unquote prove a point. Which really was still just lots of assumptions and misjudgments on your half. However, regardless of everything, I will still stand by two things. One, I do not promote harassment of anyone. That includes her. So I better not see anyone doing that shit. 2, I still wish her the best in life. And no, I do not care if she thinks people who are no longer her friends or that matter her shouldn't do this. That is not for her to decide or to tell people to do. So Saki, please, for the love of God, please, 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 take the advice of your friends, your fans, and loved ones, and just let this crap go and move on. You found out you had cancer. Granted, it's curable, but you should focus on your health and those close to you, not some lolcows on the internet and being one yourself. Life is too short to waste it away over grudges and shit online. Something I hope you learn before it's too late. Now, that's all I have to say with my final thoughts, and I hope this shit finally comes to an end, because frankly, my Pokemon Moon is going to be arriving in a few days, and I'd rather be complete and utter nerd trash playing that game than worrying about this petty crap. Okay, thanks, bye. Also, Team Rowlet all the way.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.